What's up, guys? I was just about to play some PlayStation 1. What? Isn't this like the most badass intro you've ever seen? Yeah, it's part of the PlayStation 20th anniversary collection of intros. And this is what it used to look like when you turned the console on without a disc. You could manage your memory cards and all that kind of stuff. Ironically enough, Resident Evil is the first game my brother and I had to use a memory card for, because a lot of early PlayStation games were still using the password system, which were a holdover from the NES and Super NES days. So games like, Mega Man would use passwords, and they were still using passwords on certain games. And then you had games like Resident Evil where there was too much information for you to just use a password, or they would have been super long passwords. So, memory cards. Alright, so that was the box we got from the room with the knight armor and the booby trap. And it gave us a death mask. We're going to need 4 of those. And we're going to take them to the graveyard, which I'll finally show you in this video. We need 4 of them, and when we put them all where they need to go, it awakens the Elder Crimson Head, I think he's called. He's like the Uber Crimson Head boss. I don't know if I ever got around to explaining, but the Crimson Head are those red zombies that come back if you don't burn them. And they're assholes. Alright, so we're in this room. The music's real creepy in this area. Adds to the effect. So I'm going to show you where everything is, because with the fixed camera angles you aren't going to be able to see everything. See, there's an herb there. Alright, so you may notice here in a minute that I'll be able to use the old key to open the door and pick up some more items, which is impossible because if you saw right there, my inventory is full. But the way I edit these videos is I cut out a lot of the backtracking that I have to do to go down to the item crate to put some stuff away. So it's going to seem seamless. It's also going to seem like I have an infinite amount of space in my inventory, but I'm actually just cutting out the parts where I backtrack. Alright, here's the researcher's will. This one is actually a pretty good read. Actually kind of emotional. It's about a guy explaining to his wife, hey, I fucked up, we fucked up, and the virus got loose, and we're all fucked, and everyone else is a zombie. I'm gonna become a zombie, because I'm already infected, and I'm fucked. I can hear them outside. They're waiting to get in here to eat me, so I fucked up. Sorry. Please understand. Anyway, it was files like this, though, that really, the original game and this game, and just really any classic Resident Evil game, it really gave you a sense of what was going on. One of the coolest things about this game that you don't see in, like, fucking Dark Souls or Bloodborne. I don't hate those games. I'll defend them here in a minute, but one of the things you don't see in those games is, I don't know, story, a reason to put yourself through hell. Instead, they have all the lore and then they give him a name like Martin Crackhorn. Yeah, so it was a real serious letter, and then his fucking name is Martin Crackhorn. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, it was a big mystery when you played the first Resident Evil. It was like, why are there zombies? Why are the dogs fucking aggro as fuck? What the hell happened here? And it was that sense of, like, not knowing what's going on, but really wanting to know what was going on, that kept you going in a game that was this hard. I mean, in the original game, yeah, you didn't have the lock-on. But I was basically recently reminded, because I was replaying the original game, the save boxes weren't, the item crates weren't even interconnected. I mean, you'd have to remember which item crate that you would have to that you put something in, and then you'd have to remember to go back to that one. It was a pain in the ass, and there was no way to keep track of it either. I mean, you just had to check every item crate you've been to see where the item was that you were looking for at the time. Okay, so we made ourselves a lure of a bee, and this little thing's easy. You just put the lure with the lures and the bee specimen with the other insect specimens, and you're good to go. Oh, but I also found out recently that this game does feature an unlockable true survivor mode, which basically replicates the experience you had playing the original Resident Evil, with non-interconnected item crates and no lock-on and such. I might give it a shot just for the hell of it. I know for a fact I'm going to go back and play this game on the actual normal difficulty. Alright, yay, giant bees. Not fucking cool. Well, I say giant, but I mean, compared to some of the other insects that the T-Virus has made giant, those bees are more just big, overly large bees. Not giant. Anyway, what I was saying about Dark Souls and such. First, let me point this out. This door, you can only pass through a couple of times, alright? The doorknob is faulty. I don't remember how many times, but go ahead and assume it's like 3 times. The reason that's important is because you can bypass the dog hallway by going through there and back in. That area is connected. The doorknob gets fixed later, but definitely not in time. And sadly, I realized I don't have the clip where I went back and got the shotgun. So I'm sorry about that, I truly am. I really wanted to show you that, but I guess you have seen me go in there. So you know where the room is. So once you get the broken shotgun, you know what to do with it. Just go through there. But yeah, that faulty door is your only way to bypass the dog hallway. And what I mean by that is you don't have to go through the dog hallway if you don't want to, which, I mean, especially for you who knows what's in there, but, you know. So yeah, once that doorknob's broken, it does not get fixed in time for you to have to go through there again. Oh, here's another zombie in this hallway. This is where we found Richard and Rebecca. And this whole fucking area is just foreboding as fuck. Yeah, anyway, yeah, I like Dark Souls and Bloodborne and all. I like how it's Nintendo hard, you know, a reference to the old NES days where games were hard as fuck. I like that it doesn't hold your hand, doesn't force you through a tutorial. But if it's going to be that hard, I need a real incentive to keep playing, really. I mean, I say that, but one of my favorite games of all time is Ninja Gaiden, and not just the NES versions, but the ones that were on, like, the Xbox. I love those games. Super fucking hard, but I love those games. The difference between that, though, and Dark Souls / Bloodborne is Ninja Gaiden's an action game. Bloodborne and Dark Souls are RPGs, which means a lot of grinding, a lot of leveling up. And if I'm going to be doing that, I need a good reason to. So I'm sorry, but those games need more in the way of story. I know it's all there, it's hidden, you just have to look for it. Fuck that, okay? In this game, I wanted to know why there were zombies. I wanted to know what the fuck was going on. Alright, and that was enough for me to keep going. In those games, it's like, why am I doing this? Why? Bragging rights? No, that's not important enough to me. I mean, they're important, but not enough, okay? You know why I haven't beaten Bloodborne? Because The Witcher 3 came out. And The Witcher 3 gives me plenty of content, plenty of story, plenty of reason to continue playing. Yeah, I know I said I would defend those games, Dark Souls and Bloodborne, but I just shit all over them. I'm sorry, okay? I am. I mean, I do like the games, okay? But, you know, I'm sorry. They just need more of a story. Hell, I could write the story for them, alright? From Software, if you're watching this, hire me, alright? Be the best decision you've ever made. Shit. Alright, so this room is super dark. Too dark for us to see anything, so we had to light the candle so that we could collect some items. It will not let you collect items if you don't. Fuck. I knew he was in there. And I let that happen to me anyway. Actually, I think I was out of ink ribbons at this part. So I couldn't, like, reset my game and not do that. Because you have to do that for this game sometimes. If you end up wasting too many bullets or take too much damage when you don't have a lot of healing items left, you should really reload your save. So keep that in mind. Let this be a cautionary tale. But yeah, story. It's important. It keeps us going. Speaking of which, this game, Resident Evil, a couple of fun facts for you, alright? This game was actually inspired, and I think sort of intended to be a remake of a much older game that was on the Famicom, which is basically the NES, but the Japanese version. It was called the Famicom in Japan. Here we go. We're going to the graveyard. I'm going to show you the graveyard finally. Anyway, I was inspired by a game that was based on a Japanese horror movie by the name of Sweet Home. It was one of those games that ended up being way fucking better than the movie. And it was about, like, 6 people going into a mansion. And there's that arrowhead. That's where you put that, and then it opens up. Anyway, 6 people going into a mansion, investigating paranormal shit. There are videos of it. Look for it. It looks like it would have been the shit, but we didn't get to have that game here because fucking Nintendo of America and other censors just, they weren't having it, alright? Another reason why censorship sucks. Alright, that's also the reason, that I'd never seen Chris smoking, because apparently in the uncut version of this game, i.e. the Japanese version, he actually is smoking a cigarette. That's why he has a lighter. He's a smoker. He doesn't just use it for concerts. He's a smoker. But no, it was edited. We also never got to see poor Kenneth's head fall off his body, which was supposed to happen also when that zombie was feasting on him. Yeah. If you take anything away from this video, it's censorship sucks. Alright, that door is locked for the moment. We'll be able to unlock it from the other side eventually. Yeah, and real quick, so I forgot that I could have gotten the map of the first floor of the mansion right here, right now. That's what that item is over there. In the original game, though, there was a staircase you could push up against it and then walk up the staircase and pick it up. I think the absence of the staircase is what threw me off, because you don't have to press a button to go upstairs anymore, so you can actually just use this thing to climb up on and get it. Alright, and the other fun fact I got for you is the name of this game, Resident Evil, known as Biohazard in Japan, as you know. The American name for this game came from Sweet Home. There was a passage that talked about that house being a place of residing evil. So that's where the name Resident Evil came from. Capcom USA, I believe, urged Mikami and the team that made the game change the name. And that's where that comes from. Yeah, right there was where I realized I was going to have to go through the fucking dog hallway. Alright, finally, we return to the dog hallway. Everything's going to be just fine. Oh, and make sure you push some things to get all the items. Oh god, lightning! Alright, yeah, I'm sorry. Again, nothing happens. Alright, I know that that is now the second time that I have teased the dog hallway and nothing happened, but it's not my fault, okay? It's Shinji Mikami and Capcom's fault, alright? They're coming. Seriously, they are. In the next video, I promise, alright? You have my solemn word that they will be in the next video.